Oh my God, I promised you some amazing music. Yeah, I don't think I was prepared. That was mind blowing. In the building, Yani, I struggle with this word, but I'm just going to try and say it slowly. I struggled for a bit, I need help. Saxophonist. I got it right.
You got it.
Laka Waidaka, welcome to the show.
Asante Michael, how are you doing?
I am great.
Great. Yeah, karibu sana to
Oh wow, thank you. Nani mgeni hapa?
Mimi ndio mgeni.
Lakini sasa nimekukaribisha nashukuru.
Karibu.
Na settle in vizuri.
Amazing.
Sasa wewe karibu pia.
Asante.
Like that was beautiful. I thought that I had a song I know, and then a song I didn't know, song I didn't figure out. So were these like different songs that you just did? How many songs?
So those were two. Let me call it a song and then a different idea. The type of jazz music that I love to play is Afro jazz music or jazz music with an obvious Kenyan identity or African identity. Okay. So the song that I was playing was Oh Holy Night, the Christmas carol.
I figured out.
Yes.
And then I got lost.
Then up on Mbele, I did like some sort of African, just like an African theme that...
Oh yeah. Okay.
So when you play this live, we actually go, after playing Oh Holy Night, then we go... So we go back to that theme. I'm rusted. But yes, so we take it through like a whole African, we bring it back to Kenya, and then now you enjoy the hymn or the Christmas carol with a new understanding.
Great.
That's what we try to do. Yeah.
Beautiful. Totally love it. I'm sold. I'm here for it. Laka, was this the first instrument that you ever played?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay. Where did this journey begin?
This journey began where, sasa tutaanza life story. But when I was much younger, I grew up with a keyboard in the house.
Okay.
And my brother was very proficient in playing or learning the keyboard. He started learning, and of course, I was just following him, whatever he was doing. And I started picking up a bit of those keyboard skills. Then later on, there was a cartoon I used to watch which had a guy playing the saxophone. And I went to my dad, I was like, this is what I want to learn.
Allah.
And he was like, okay, you learn guitar first. Let's do, baby steps. So we play a keyboard kidogo, then we do guitar, then we try this other one.
Yes.
Obviously, the investment into buying a saxophone is much, much larger. So I started taking guitar lessons. This must have been like 2000 and...
Wow. Well,
Wow.
this is just 2020.
Yeah,
So
I know.
I'm
This,
just like,
I know. This must have been like 2003.
oh my God, that's
2002,
way
2003,
back.
yeah.
Were you still in high school or you were,
I was
you
in
were
primary.
pre-married?
Primary.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So I started learning around age 12, 13 is when I got a guitar of my own.
Okay.
So I started playing guitar and I would, spend hours and hours in my room just playing and strumming and playing the same songs over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I think I really fell in love with music at that point. Before I used to do it just as a hobby, but now that I had my own
Yes.
instrument and my own sort of tool of expression,
Yes.
then I just started making the music my own.
Okay.
So that was around 12, 13 years, and I still really wanted to play the saxophone. So I got better at guitar, and when I was about 15, is when I got the opportunity to learn how to play the saxophone. My brother was during the holidays, he was attending some sort of like music school or training with someone, and I went with him one day and I saw a saxophone in the corner of the room. And I was like, can you teach me how to play the saxophone?
That's the thing that I want.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, I'm also learning, but I can teach you what I know. And that's something I really admire. At whatever level you're at, you can always pass on knowledge.
Yes.
So he was starting off and he was like, I just know these notes. Let me just teach you the same notes that I know. And I would go to that. It was a studio at the new, is it called Life Ministries in Hurlingham. And I would just go there and spend hours there with the saxophone. He would only charge me for 1 hour, but I would go there and just play and play and play whatever those notes that he would teach me.
Yeah.
And go home, check on the internet and try and find more notes and come back and try and put together songs.
Okay.
So that's where it started. About 15 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Still at it.
Still at it.
You're a master in the game, Laka. But did you get into a band? Like, how did you get to express now your music, kabisa, to, an audience and, people to appreciate what it is that you've been doing all these years?
Well, of course, the first training ground that a lot of people have and that I was fortunate to have was a church. So I started playing in church. Once I started playing guitar, I joined like the teens band, and then I was in a small church, so you graduate pretty quickly from teens to main service.
Yes.
So I started playing the main service. I wasn't good. In fact, the sound guy used to nyonga my my line. Oh my goodness, that time me, I've given it. Then after service, someone's like, oh, I couldn't actually hear you.
Yeah.
So I realized by the sound guy, if you're watching this, alikuwa ananinyonga.
Alikuwa kunyongea line.
So, but I got better. I developed. So by the time I was learning the saxophone, I really wanted to learn and then just apply it there straight away. So it took some time to learn, took a bit of time to get my own saxophone. And once I did, then I plugged into church and started playing in church. And then after, I was still in high school. So obviously this just used to be during the holidays. Then once I finished high school, then we started a band with some friends. And yeah, that's where we started. We stepped out of the comfort of, church is a very comfortable space. Everyone will try and encourage you and try and push you forward and tell you you're doing a good job.
Until you step out and you're like,
until you step out and people are like,
what was that?
So we came up with a concert series. We were at that time we were working with Nairobi Baptist Church, and they opened the space to us. Nairobi Baptist actually has been a conduit or like a catalyst for so many musicians in Nairobi. So they gave us the space to rehearse as well as, and this is a different church from where I was going. Space to rehearse, and also told us if you'd like, you can put on a show once a month.
What?
So we started a show called Selah, like the one in the Psalms, Selah. Just pause and reflect. Okay. And it was like jazz, Christian jazz music. We'd play covers of Christian songs, gospel songs. We'd also do our own compositions in there, and that was like now one of the other major points of growth in my journey, because then learning to create music for people to consume, also learning to how to perform. I know that's not a very churchy word, but you have to make whatever music you're playing connect with people at a certain level. So doing that, a bit of the storytelling, a bit of the performance aspect. So that was the first. Those are two of the first major places, and then after that, I've been in different bands, in different settings, in very big bands where you have like your piece of music to read and you just play this line.
You can read the notes.
Yes, I eventually learned. Learned. There are stories there. Woo! Baptism by fire.
But I think it's a beautiful journey because we all learn, I mean, through the different experiences that we get. I'm just going to pause this a bit to just remind you guys that we have a giveaway for Ukunda Diani. Yani, we're looking for 3 people who will invite. Put your hand down, Laka. You can text, by the way. 11144. Yes, where's your phone? Please get on it. Umayacha. Oh, too bad. We're giving 3 tickets, and this ticket, 1 ticket involves 4 people allowed to go. It could be your family, your chama, and Yani, just 4 people. It could be a double date, whatever it is. And all you need to do is tell us, what is the most important lesson that you have learned this year? I mean, with COVID and everything, what is the most important lesson that you have learned? 111, 444, 111. What is the most important lesson that you have learned? This is like the giveaway of the giveaways, okay? You go with your family, with your friends, all the way to Yani Ukunda to experience an amazing time. You see the dolphins, the beach, the food. Oh my God. Okay. And terms and conditions apply.
That's important.
Masharti, that one. Terms and conditions. So get on it. Switch TV KE on Instagram, Switch TV Kenya on Facebook. We'll be sampling that before the end of the show, okay? So yeah, back to you.
Yes, back to me.
So
I came on the right day. Ukunda.
I know, right?
Hey. Wow.
We'll give you time to text.
Please. Right after this, I'll just... I have many lessons.
Many lessons.
Yes.
Okay, and that's a beautiful thing that you bring it out because one of the major industries that were affected during this time is the entertainment scene because you need us to be there to hear you play. Your concerts cancelled, performances, even the clubs, or I don't know if you play there. I'm just gonna put it down. But entertainment generally, like how did that go with you this year?
It was terrible. It was the worst thing that could happen, actually. And I remember I was actually at a gig. It was like some product launch thing on March 13th, on that Friday the 13th.
Yes, it was Friday the 13th.
So we're there, we're entertaining the crowd, and then the MC takes a mic and says, so I hope you're enjoying yourselves, everybody, because this is probably the last public event you will attend for a while. So I'm like, this thing can't be. This is Kenya, man. This is Kenya. like you will say, and then there'll be, they usually say, deadline for KRAs this day, and then 1 week extension. So I knew it was serious, but I didn't think that it would be like a total shutdown.
Oh my God.
So that day we're slated to perform that weekend, so Saturday, Sunday, and that was cancelled, and then the next show cancelled, the next thing cancelled, and the regular gigs, the hotel gigs, everything was just dried up within days. And I also teach at a school, and even there the kids were told, go home. So like, what is happening? And that was one of the, when you have an existential crisis, it's like, should I have been an accountant? Maybe I should have been an accountant.
Because even being a hotelier will not help at this
I know.
Yeah.
So that was that's what happened, and it hasn't really gotten back to normalcy. There was an explosion with online gigs and virtual concerts.
Yes. Did you get onto that?
We got onto that.
Okay.
So we did about 4 or 5 virtual concerts, which was great for our exposure and getting our name out there. It wasn't so much it didn't have, of course you can't compare like the return, because if you're even talking about like tickets, if you have 300 bodies in a concert hall, that's 300 times the ticket price.
Yeah.
If you're
I'll just
online,
pay for me, and then we'll have
Yeah.
many people. We'll have the 300 people watching with me.
exactly
On a big screen.
exactly if
So
you
it's
pay for
not
one
the
ticket
same.
online, it's
Yeah.
like you're paying, it's for a whole household.
Yes.
So it's not the same. It's not
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we've been able to bounce back. God has been so gracious during this
yes.
time.
Yeah.
And there's been different ways that different other avenues that have opened up for us to continue doing what we love. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Like, I want you to hear. I want to hear you play.
I want to hear you play.
But I
Okay.
want to say goodbye, so that when you play, and then we can
Okay.
go on a break, and then you know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I want to give you time to go text.
Oh yes, I need to go check and see
Did
people
you
in
have the number
Diani.
111 444
Yeah,
111?
so you need to give me this. Let me just talk to the producers.
Yes,
you need to
please.
give me
is
this
your camera.
ticket.
Why?
Because
What is your reason?
Yeah,
what is the best
because
lesson?
No. This is my reason. There are so many lessons. I'll text the lessons. But if you're taking, how many tickets did you say there are?
3.
3 tickets.
Yeah.
And it's 4 people,
people.
each. Those people need to be entertained in Diani. You know, you can just go and then just
yeah.
by the beach or by
And
the
then
pool.
you're playing the sax.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful picture
I'll tell
right
you.
there.
I'll tell you.
Ah,
And you're
Kusha.
serving Kenyans. You're
Oh my
serving.
God.
Yeah. You're fighting the good fight.
Like our social media handles, Tukienda.
Find me on Instagram and Twitter at Laxophonist. So the same way you'd spell saxophonist, but put an L instead of S at the beginning. And on Facebook, Laka Waithaka. You can also find me on YouTube, Laka Waithaka, or check out my band's profiles. That's Shamsi Music, SHAMSI Music. And you can find us everywhere, Shamsi Music.
Asante sana kwa kuja.
Asante.
Tunachukua break. Remember, what is the biggest lesson that you have learned this year for you to walk away with a ticket of, accommodating 4 people, Diani Ukunda, okay? Terms and conditions apply, all right? We'll be right back, but Laka is taking us on a break.